A new Kentucky offer is out there for the number 101, 101st overall recruit in the class of 2026, according to 24/7 Sports. Josh Irving has set his official visit list, by the way. The official visits will go in this order: San Diego State, SMU, Kansas, Louisville, Texas A&M, Kentucky, USC. A wide variety of schools there. Kentucky just recently offered Josh Irving. And they did so after, I believe. Hold on, let me make sure I got this correct here. Kentucky offered them days after, offered Josh Irving days after Louisville offered them. So they got a little bit of both schools pulling at him here. Josh Irving's a very interesting prospect. It seems like a lot of people have really kind of gravitated towards him late. He's like a kid who I've stated is kind of in the hundreds. I assume he'll rise a little bit. Has some very intriguing parts to his game, and has a very interesting list here. Like you go from a list where like he'll be taking a visit to Kansas, but he'll also be taking a visit to SMU, San Diego State, USC, Texas A&M. I feel like you got a little bit of variety in here. So uh, I'll throw it to you on this one, Riley. First, were you able to watch Josh Irving's game and film a little bit? What are your thoughts on him as a player? And then I guess what are your thoughts on Kentucky recruiting him and also Kentucky were throwing the offer at him days after Louisville did?
Love that move for one to keep a little petty rivalry going and try to keep him from your rival. But yeah, with Irving, his game, the first thing that stuck out to me was how mobile he is for his size. He's 6'10, 6'11, runs the floor really well, put the ball on the deck a little bit. I think he has a good looking 3-point shot as well. If I had to guess why he's still in the 100s, which I'm sure that's going to rise whenever 24/7 Sports updates their rankings, he's just really skinny. And I think that's probably going to hold him back some in terms of like what's the expectation going to be? Can he add weight? Does he even have a frame that can hold weight and still retain that mobility and the fluidity that he gets up and down the court? But yeah, I like that Kentucky's getting this, like getting into his recruitment and even the visit that they have scheduled for him. It takes place over the Big Blue Madness, which I know is a huge weekend for them. So good move. And I, I'll just say it. Like I know we give Pope a lot of love for his offense. We have our bit about Mark Pope's system, but anytime he offers a big, I take notice just because of we kind of know after 1 year at Kentucky what he's looking for out of his bigs. He likes them with skill. He likes them with the ability to handle and make reads and all of that. And if he sees that potential in Irving, I think it's worth paying attention to.
Yeah, not to compare him to a guy, but like a little bit of like Malachi Moreno vibes. Obviously I don't want to
Yeah, I
fall
can
for
see
like
that.
they look alike thing, but they also kind of do play very similar. Now, Irving's got some really good, athleticism stuff. To your point, he is on the slender side, I must say. So, he does have to develop his body a little bit. Kid out of California, reportedly USC is in a pretty good position, or not in a very good position, but like they have been the best at like building the relationship, given that he's a California area kid. 6'11", provides a lot of things. You know, looking at Kentucky's big board, man, they are literally offering like almost every center in this class. I feel like Mark Pope is like, if you're taller than me, I want to recruit you. That's kind of how he operates with his 6'10" frame himself as a coach. But uh do you have any like I guess inkling on maybe where Irving ends up? And also, like, I know you spoke to him like probably rising in the rankings. Like, where do you think he is more so like properly ranked if you had to, put him as a kid? Because he just doesn't strike me as a kid that's the 101st
Yeah,
best prospect in the class.
he's probably top 50 just because of like the versatility. And it seems like everything coming out of the Pro 16 unit was that he was among the most improved players who got run for some of these teams. And, I think the official visit list sort of reflects that, where it's like an evolution with like San Diego State to SMU to Kentucky, or I guess a stop at A&M along the way. There's some high level schools getting in for him. And yeah, I would assume he'll eventually settle in there just because he has that skill, but you kind of hit on it. Some of those dunks that he's flashed is like, I mean, dude can get up there. Like, dude can really soar above the rim. And yeah, it's just a matter of how does he deal with physicality? How does he take it when you put a body on him? Can he fight through that and still be productive? But he's definitely going to be someone interesting to track. Like, very intrigued by the offensive skill set.
Yeah, I think he's a guy that does a great job at getting to the dunker spot, lob threat, obviously given his size and his athleticism, which is, he dunks everything. I will say that at 6'11", it's definitely something that is that you want. But it'll be interesting to see what Josh Irving's recruitment kind of plays out as. Do you think he ends up at a Kentucky or a Louisville, or where would you call your shot right now, given this official offer list?
That's my bad. I think you started your last question with that. I'll say Give me USC. I want him staying home. Give Muscle win.
USC. Okay, I think I can see that happening. Now, USC obviously I said building that relationship for him. I feel like you got to watch out for SMU. Like maybe Andy Enfield pulls into his California ties that he kind of had when he was at his time at USC. I don't really know, but yeah, I could easily see this kid ending up at USC, and it'll be nice for me to have another light-skinned USC prospect that I could follow. I was a massive Benny Boatwright guy. And I haven't had the opportunity to do so, and I feel like Josh Irving will fill that fill that void for me. But we'll have updates on his recruitment as he goes through his official visits here, which he has set, which I said. I just want to make sure everybody has that in order. It is San Diego State, SMU, Kansas, Louisville, Texas A&M, Kentucky, USC. Great list of schools, little varying schools on there as well. It'll be very interesting to see where Josh Irving ends up. When he does make a decision, we will have that here on the channel.